Hi there. Good afternoon. It's Jackie Conley from your virtual assistant. I wanted to share with you some information on how great it would be for you to have a virtual assistant to help you with your listings. Here's a list of some of the things that my VA does for me in regards to my listings. One of the things is they organize and upload all of the home photos. So one of the things that we do with the home photos is I take pictures of them usually on my cell phone because it does really nice photos, as most of the cameras today are great. And then they go into the back end to my Gmail where all my photos are and organize all of the photos, delete any duplicates, any photos that are going to need brightening, they'll brighten up the photos. And then they'll put them into my MLS and line them up into the photos for my listing on MLS. And then I go in, and if any of them want to be changed around, then I change them around the way that I want. So that's a big help. That saves me a lot of time having to clean up the photos and put them in to MLS and to be able to save them in a folder in my Google Drive, which is great. One of the other things I have them do is add all of the home data from your notes and MLS public records. So in other words, they're going to go and they're going to start your listing and they're going to go into public records and they're going to find out how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, whose name is on the title, what's the square footage of both the land and in the house. And they're going to input all of that information and fill out everything that they possibly can, including adding all of those photos to your listing. So basically what's going to happen is you're just going to come in, you're going to view everything. They'll also write you up a description. They take all the pertinent information about the property, put it into Chat GPT, ask it to come up with a description for you, and then they upload that into your MLS, and then you decide if you want to edit any of that. But this way here, they're taking all of that listing information and putting it all together for you and setting it all up for you to just be able to come in, review it, and say, good to go. One of the other things they do for me is they set up my dot loop, and that's where I keep all of my transactions. So they'll start the file in dot loop. They'll add all of the documents that are going to be needed in a particular file, whether it's a buyer side or a seller side. They know exactly what needs to be included. And then on top of that, they're going to send over all of the documents to make sure that they get executed properly. They're going to be sending over all of my extensions. They're going to be watching all of my dates on my calendar to make sure that if there's a time that's coming up, home inspection time, or any of those dates that are required, they're on top of that to make sure that we don't miss any of our dates. Some of the other things that they do in my listings is they help me with getting the required payoffs and setup of the final water reading, of the smoke inspection. They'll take care of any of those finals that need to get taken care of, the water read. They set up all of my appointments for all of that, which is a big help for you. And then they put it right on my Google Calendar. And so that way there I'll know 292 Chase Road has a water read at 10 a.m. So it just saves me a lot of time having to put together all the minuscule stuff that go into a listing, because I actually have a sheet that's 181 items that realtors do when they have a listing. You really don't think about all the little pieces that go into it, right? But the nice thing about that is they put all of the players inside of there, so we know exactly who's in the transaction. And then last but not least, they'll do my reverse marketing in MLS. So once you say good to go, the listing's up, they're going to put it out there and do a reverse marketing on it through MLS, which means it goes to every realtor that has a buyer with your criteria. They're going to be sending them out all of the information about our new listing. And then on top of that, they're going to take that information and they're going to go into Canva and they're going to make you up a just listed flyer with all the information on the property. And they can put it on all of your social media sites. And they also can do an email campaign or blast to all of your email contacts, right? And then last but not least, once the transaction closes, they gather all of the closing transaction documents that belong to the file, put them in order of substance, and then scan that document over to me. That's typically what agents are going to need to get paid by their broker to make sure that all the documents are together. And along with that, they make up all of my commission statements for every closing that I do. And that way there, when I go to get paid by my broker, the file is complete and I don't have to worry that anything's going to be missing to hold off on my commission or your commission, right? So I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that there's many things that a VA can do to help you with your real estate listings. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about this, feel free to reach out. I'd be glad to have a conversation. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.